Vikings. When you hear that word, what comes to mind? Fearsome warriors with horned helmets, raiding monasteries across Europe. Well, what if I told you there is a huge part of their story that is often left out of the history books? A story that connects these Nordic seafarers with the glittering cities and sophisticated cultures of the Islamic world. Get ready, because today we're diving into the untold history of the Vikings in the Islamic lands. Most people think the Viking Age was all about sailing west to England, France, and even North America. But many Vikings turned their longships east and south. They sailed down the great rivers of Eastern Europe, like the Dnieper and the Volga, on a journey that would take them all the way to the Caspian and Black Seas. These weren't just raids. This was the beginning of a vast and complex trade network. The Vikings, known in these lands as the Rus, were searching for one thing above all else: silver, and the richest source of silver at the time, the great caliphates of the Islamic world. Archaeologists have found thousands upon thousands of Arabic silver coins, called dirhams, in Viking hordes all across Scandinavia, from Sweden to Iceland. These weren't just a few stray coins. We're talking about massive troves, evidence of a thriving trade relationship that spanned continents. The Vikings traded furs, honey, amber, and tragic enslaved people for this coveted silver, along with silks, spices, and other exotic goods from the East. This connection was so strong that for a significant period, the economy of the Viking world was practically running on Islamic currency. But it wasn't just about money. There were incredible cultural exchanges. We have first-hand accounts from Arab diplomats and travelers like Ahmad ibn Fadlan, who met the Rus on the Volga River in the 10th century. He was both horrified and fascinated by them. He described them as perfect physical specimens, but was shocked by their hygiene habits. His detailed writings give us one of the most vivid and personal descriptions of Viking culture ever recorded. He witnessed their ship funerals and their daily lives, providing a window into their world from a completely non-European perspective. These interactions weren't always peaceful, of course. There were Rus raids on cities along the Caspian Sea, but more often than not, it was a relationship built on mutual benefit and trade. Some Vikings even served as elite mercenaries for the Byzantine emperors in Constantinople, the city they called Miklagard, which was the gateway to the Islamic world. These warriors, the famous Varangian Guard, were renowned for their loyalty and fighting skill. So, the next time you picture a Viking, don't just see a raider in a horned helmet. Picture a long-distance merchant navigating a Russian river, a trader bartering for silver dirhams in a bustling market, or a warrior standing guard in the magnificent city of Constantinople. The story of the Vikings is far richer and more globally connected than we often imagine, proving that even 1,000 years ago, our world was a web of surprising and fascinating connections. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed uncovering this hidden piece of history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories. Let me know in the comments what other historical connections you'd like to explore. See you next time.